My third prediction is that across the whole of Asia, this disastrous miscalculation by Putin will severely weaken Russia and greatly strengthen China. And we can see what's happening already in Kazakhstan. You can see it in Uzbekistan. You can see it across the whole of the former Soviet Union and beyond. The bear is looking increasingly moth-eaten and forlorn and pushed around by an assertive giant Kung Fu Panda. What Putin did before the Ukraine invasion, only one world leader he troubled to consult. He went to the Beijing Olympics and was given the green light there. And increasingly you can see that he is the punk of Xi Jinping. And so I would argue that given the stresses and strains and tensions that we're seeing across the Asia-Pacific region and the obvious read across between what's happening in Ukraine and what could happen in Taiwan in the South China Sea.
You've been at the forefront of supporting the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Do you think the West could have allayed Putin's security anxieties in some way, and that the conflict may not have happened had you done things differently?
Sukumar, it's a brilliant question, and I know that there will be people in this audience who think that there's truth in that suggestion, and I've had wonderful rows with my family and friends in India about this, and because people think that Ukraine was going to be the base for NATO missiles, and that Ukraine was going to join NATO, and Putin had reason to think he was being militarily encircled. It's nonsense. It's absolute hogwash. It's absolute hogwash. I've been writing about NATO since the 1980s. There was not a snowball's chance in hell of Ukraine joining NATO. There was never any plan for missiles, for NATO missiles in Ukraine. You want to understand why Putin invaded Ukraine? Read his essay of July last year. He basically believes that Ukraine is not a real country. He views it in the way that Slobodan Milosevic viewed Kosovo, as fundamentally part of Serbia, the spiritual origin of the Serb nation. Remember how Slobodan Milosevic used to talk about Kosovo. And he thought that when his tanks rolled into Ukraine, those 115 battalion tactical groups would be garlanded with roses by a grateful Ukrainian population. He was so deluded. And he simply didn't understand that Ukraine today is a free, independent, sovereign European nation that wants nothing else except to be free, sovereign, and independent. And all he's done by his invasion is entrench that nationalism and intensify it. He's created the most passionate national feeling I've seen. And that's why he's going to lose, because he's fighting something that's basically unconquerable. You've not only got the inspirational leadership of Volodymyr Zelensky, you've got the heroic resistance of a people that feel that their homeland is being unjustly invaded. And the real reason, the reason he did it is because he's a 70-year-old autocrat who thought, probably rightly, that his population would like the idea that he can make Russia great again.